Well, hello there. Welcome to the Tink and Bobble podcast. My name is Sierra, and I'm your host here. This is a mostly knitting podcast, a little bit of crochet, and I'm trying to be really good about posting every other week. So, I'm a little bit late this week because this past weekend was just a little rough. But that's all right. I'm feeling much better now. It's very sunny outside, which makes me happy, and tomorrow's the first day of March, which means winter is almost over. Woohoo! I guess I didn't say, I live here in southern Indiana with my husband Josh and our two cute pups. They are playing right outside, not this door, but a door to my left. So if you hear growling, hopefully not barking, that's what that is. And yeah, today's February 28th. I don't know what I was about to say. I feel rusty, but it's only been 2 weeks. Yeah. Let's just get into it. Shall we? I feel like I always say that. Shall we? Okay, let's start with finished objects because I'm already getting warm. If you can't tell, oh my gosh, guys, I'm so excited. If you can't tell, I finished my Luminaria Shawl. Oh, I got a little bit of yarn ends to trim there. By Lindsay Fowler of Larkspur Knits. I'll take it off so you can see the whole thing. Here it is. It's a triangular shaped shawl. Oh, it blocked out so nice and big. It's like about one of my wingspans. I'm 5'8" for reference. I'm not sure exactly how long this measures. But I knit this out of Red Door Fibre Studios' A Court of Thorns and Roses mini set. I've talked about this a lot more in past episodes, so if you're interested in I think last episode I went through who each color is inspired by and all of that, but that's what all the contrast colors are. That's a light gray, by the way, I don't know if you can tell. And then the white for the main color, I used Knit Picks Capretta Superwash, which is their MCN Merino Cashmere Nylon base, and just the bare undyed skein. I did modify the pattern. So originally the pattern has kind of like a lacy border, and I think you stop at about this stripe. But I decided I didn't want to do the lacy border, so I just kept doing stripes until I had almost done a full color repeat. And then for the last two colors, I just alternated with the white and did some garter at the edge and an I-cord bind off. And I did the garter at the edge first because I had watched Emily of Emily Kurt 108 Stitches here on YouTube. I'll have her link down below. She made one of these a few months ago and decided to also sub the lace for an I-cord bind off, but hers was kind of curling because this is pretty much stockinette. It's mosaic knitting, but it's pretty much all stockinette, so her her bind off was flipping up a little bit. So I added I think 8 rows of garter before I did my I-cord, and when I first finished it still flipped up, but after blocking it lays really flat, and I haven't had any issues with it curling. So there it is. This was so much fun to knit. I think I mentioned last time I was going to try to braid all of my ends, since there were, as you can tell, so many ends, and I did. I still need to trim some of the little tails, but I started at this end here and basically just French, I don't know if you can even see it, French braided all of my ends towards the middle. And then the braid was kind of flipping out, so I took a really long tail of the white yarn and kind of tacked it down all along the side, and I sewed it down really well here at the end, and yeah, it looks like it should stay. I just have to trim these little tails all along here. But that worked out very well and was much faster than weaving in all of those ends, so I'm very pleased. It did, probably should have done it after blocking though, because it tightened up this edge, so this half of the shawl is shorter than this half because this half still had stretch, but because of the braid this one wouldn't stretch as far. But once I'm wearing it you can't tell, so it doesn't bother me. And yeah, that's my first and only finished object for the week. Yay! I would put it back on, but I can tell I'm gonna get hot filming this, so we're gonna set it over there. All right, works in progress. Let's start with my oldest work in progress. I have been working on the Saven sweater by Babin. I have a picture of it here on my Knit Companion app. I'm making it's the same pattern, but I'm making it for my husband. And I don't remember when I started, but I'm knitting it for the Crazy Cabled Sweater Cow that Kay of the Crazy Sock Lady and Lindsay of Sock Witchery are hosting. It runs until June 1st. I have no idea if I'm going to finish this sweater by June 1st because it's a beast of a beast. It's a beast of a project, but I'm just kind of casually knitting on it. It's very fun, but I finished one sleeve. So here it is. I guess I should mention this sweater is knit in pieces and then seamed. So you knit each sleeve and then you knit the back panel and then the front panel and then you piece them all together. So I have finished one sleeve. You start down here. I did a tubular cast on down here at the edge. Don't know if you can tell. And then you knit the ribbing for the cuff and then you increase up the arm and then decrease for some shoulder shaping, and then I'm pretty sure this is a saddle construction because then you knit straight for a little bit and it goes all the way up to the collar. So I'll attach the front panel here and the back panel right here. And then there's the sleeve. So one sleeve is done. I do have, where's my project bag for this? Ooh, this is a new project bag and I cannot remember the name of the store. Is it on here? Anomalous Mind. I'm not sure if that's their name on Etsy. I'll have it linked down below, but I just got this new project bag. It's so cute. It's got all the little woodland creatures in their mushroom houses. So precious. But I have just started the second sleeve. I am not very far at all. I've basically just done the tubular cast on and a couple of rows of ribbing. But the second sleeve is started. I am knitting this out of Knit Picks Wool of the Andes worsted weight in Crane Heather, which is like a light grayish color, and I love it. This pattern is so fun. Also, this is the first time I've used, pretty sure this is the first time I've used non-superwash, so I've been able to spit splice my ends together, which is so awesome, because especially with the worsted weight, these little 50-gram balls, I feel like you use them up so fast, and there would be so many ends. But I don't have any because I've been spit splicing, which some people think is gross, but I don't care. So you could also use water if you think it's gross. I use spit because I always have it on hand. Yeah, that is whip number one, the Saven sweater. I'm so excited. It's so squishy, and I can't wait to see how it blocks out because it's like insanely stretchy. So I'm excited. I did hold it up to my husband's arm just to get like a general idea, and I'm confident that it will fit. So my gauge is correct. I checked my gauge after I'd knitted the whole sleeve, which maybe was a little brave because if it had been wrong, then I'd have to rip out the whole sleeve, but I got gauge, so we're all good. Okay, whip number two is my granny stripe blanket. I don't know if I'll show this every time I film an episode because it is just a scrappy project, and I can't remember how much progress I had made the last time I showed, but I'm loving this so much, so I wanted to show it. Oh, no. Guys, the thing that's so nice about crochet is like if you don't have live stitches really, so you just pull a big loop, and if it accidentally comes undone and starts frogging, it's really not the end of the world. It's the greatest thing ever. Here is my blanket so far. So I think I mentioned last time that, sorry, I'm kind of like cutting off the top of my head. I think I mentioned last time that my foundation chain and my first couple of rows are way tighter than the rest of the blanket, so it kind of like curves inwards. But I'm using scraps and I'm going in the order of when I finished the project. So this is from my first shawl. These are from my Brighter Days socks, my first muscle burr that I knit for my sister, my Stepping into Sunshine socks, Josh's Sock Week socks. This is from my mom's Starflake. This dark red is from my grandma's Starflake, and this hot pink is from my sister's second muscle burr that I knit her. And then I just started adding in my leftovers from my disco socks. I have them right here. So this is super fun. I've just been picking this up whenever I don't feel like knitting on my other projects. I've been working on this a lot while we have family game night. My husband's siblings and their wives, he has 3 brothers, but the older 2 are married. So all of us have been playing D&D every couple of weeks, and this is what I work on while we're playing D&D. So that's been super fun. I am running out of fingering weight scraps though, so that might not get shown as much in the near future. I am planning to start a couple of other crochet blankets though, so I'll talk about that in a minute. My next whip, I started a new pair of socks to have with me at work. Oh, I didn't say. This is hanging out, my crochet blanket is hanging out in my Christmas bag that I've just decided is so cute that I want to use it all the time. And I just love, it's like probably, I don't know, this might be my favorite project bag. It's quilted, it's the only quilted project bag I have, and I just love the way it feels. It's so well made. I need to get some more from her. This is from Cabana Berry Designs, and I think she did change her name on Etsy to be Cabana Berry Designs. It used to be something different, but I'll have everything I mentioned linked down below. So I'll have her shop linked down there, but that's what this is living in. And then my next one is in one of my Paper Crane Yarns bags. I have a new one from her on the way that is so cute, and I'm so excited about it. I love her. Ashley's the best. These are my socks that I cast on to work on at work. So I'm using my, I can't remember if I talked about these last, oh, I think I did. I think I had like the ribbing done, but I hadn't decided what pattern I was going to use. I just like completely destroyed this mini cake here. I'm using the Tchaikovsky sock set from Sewrella yarn. This was part of her Christmas collection. I'm a dancer, so of course I had to get the Tchaikovsky Nutcracker inspired yarn. So this is the main skein. It's really pretty variegated. And then the mini skein that came with it is like this really nice honey yellow. I think this is called Bear, as in the animal, B-E-A-R. And I went back and forth on what pattern I was going to do. I thought I was going to do the Rhinebeck Roomies, and then I changed my mind, and then I thought I was going to do the Hermione's Everyday Socks, and I knit some of those. Some of those. I knit some of the repeats, and then I was like, no, I don't like it with this colorway. And so then I just decided to do a 3x1 ribbed sock. So I did a 2x2 ribbing for the cuff. I did 2 rounds at the top of the Bear, the mini skein colorway. And then the rest of the sock is just a 3x1 rib. And I'm knitting a longer leg than I usually knit for these because I feel like some of my hand knit socks, the legs are a little short. So I'm experimenting with a longer leg. I'm almost done with the leg, and then I'm going to start the heel. I will probably do a heel flap and gusset because that's my favorite type of heel. And then I'll do the 3x1 ribbing probably only on the top of the foot and then stocking it on the bottom. And yeah, that's really all there is to say about these. Just a simple pair of socks. You like my my paper clip as my stitch marker there? So yeah, those are my work socks. And then I have one more whip. Okay, this whip I'm so excited about because y'all know I'm so pumped about this yarn. Oh, got some strings caught in my zipper there. Not yarn, just some random string. This bag is, I don't actually know where the bag itself is from, but I won it in Caitlin of the Cozy Moth Knits, her 2,000 subscriber giveaway. This was one of the items in the giveaway package that I won from her. I love her. She's a very dear knitting friend. I'll have her link down below as well. But this is holding my Paloma sweater by Espace Tricot. It's a free pattern. If you don't know, Espace Tricot has a ton of free patterns on Ravelry, so you should go check it out. They're all beautiful. I'm knitting the Paloma. Let me show you a picture of it because mine's kind of scrunched up. Here we go. It's this really pretty raglan sweater. Can you see it? With like a kind of a turtleneck and this pretty twisted rib detailing going all the way down the sleeve. All the ribbing on the sweater is twisted rib. And I'm knitting this out of Explore Knits and Fibres Duomo. You guys. It's so beautiful. Oh, I'm so excited. This is the yarn that I got from Emily. Again, Emily Kurt, 108 Stitches. She de-stashed this to me, and I'm so grateful because it's my favorite Explore in its color of all time. Here's I'm still on my first little cake of yarn here. I'm knitting this in DK. I think the sweater calls for a strand of fingering and a strand of mohair, but I just decided to do DK. And I'm a little more than halfway through, actually I'm like 2/3 of the way through the raglan increases. It's on a very small cord right now, so it's all scrunched up. You can't really tell what it is at the moment. But here's my hair is all over it. Here's the twisted rib down the sleeves. Oh, it's so pretty. It's gonna be so nice and springy, and I'm so excited. So, also I have my really pretty stitch marker from Hello Lavender on here. This is from her Affirmations collection. I don't know if it'll focus. But it says, I am enough, with these pretty little flowers. Oh, I'm so excited, you guys. Also, this DK yarn, this base, is so soft and squishy and bouncy. This is the Rockies DK, I believe. I knit my, where is it? My Gentle Natured sweater that you guys have seen that I knit and wore on Thanksgiving. This is Explore Knits and Fibres DK as well, but this is their Cashmere DK, so obviously it's very soft. And you can tell the difference that, like, even just when working with it, this was a lot more, like, it's not pilling already, but it has more of like a halo, and you can tell that it's going to pill. Whereas this seems like a little, I don't want to say sturdy because it's so soft and plush and wonderful, but anyways, I don't know if that rant made any sense, but Explore Knits yarn is amazing. I almost said delicious because I've been watching Kevin and Ray, Needles at the Ready. I watch their videos when I need to smile because they make me laugh, and I had a rough weekend, so I watched a bunch of their videos, and Ray always says he calls yarn delicious, and it makes me laugh. Oh, they're barking at people walking by. So anyways, yeah, I think that's all I had to say about that. I have a giant, just like pile of knitting in bags that I've just tossed over here on my bed. But I think that's all of my whips. I have 2 acquisitions. Yeah, 2 acquisitions. So the first one, these are both like mystery things. So the first one is the Pasley Knits Yarn Club for the Gods. So if you haven't gotten yours, I'm pretty sure everybody's gotten theirs by now. This is the January skein. But if you haven't gotten it, don't look. I'm also going to show the Stress Knits Garden Club, the first installment, February, Roses. So if you haven't gotten either of those, then just skip ahead or something. There's a fun thing at the end of this video, so don't close out. But anyways, here's the Pasley Knits. So this is the first month of the Yarn Club for the Gods, which if you don't know, it's inspired by Greek mythology. And this is Zeus. Oh my gosh, you guys. It's so, oh, look at those blue. Oh, it's so pretty. So pretty. I'm so excited. I'm a huge mythology nerd, specifically Greek. I read, my hair is on everything. I read the Percy Jackson series in like middle school and high school, and I was obsessed with it. It's just the best. The movies are the biggest disappointment of all time. Don't watch them. But yeah, I'm just like so fascinated by mythology, so of course I had to get this, and Coley's colors are just so beautiful, and I'm so excited. The next skein that I'm getting is inspired by Dionysus, which is the god of the vine, so like wine and stuff. And her inspiration pictures are like deep, moody reds and purples, and I'm so excited. I can't wait. So I think I want to turn all 12 of these skeins into a crochet blanket. I'm thinking a granny square blanket. So I haven't fully decided, but I think I'm going to turn all of these full skeins because I don't want to make them all into socks. I don't know. I haven't fully decided yet, but right now I'm thinking I want to turn them into a big, like, quilt-looking granny square blanket. So, like, I'd make a bunch of granny squares out of this skein and all the other skeins, and then, like, kind of just, like, piece them together in some sort of color pattern. So, maybe. We'll see. I'm not starting that anytime soon. And then sorry for the crinkling, this is still in the plastic, but the next thing is the Stress Knits Garden Club, which, hold on just a second, let me grab the other piece of this. Stacy of Stress Knits has started I believe it's monthly, club called the Garden Club, and every month you get 5 mini skeins inspired by one of her favorite garden flowers, as well as a postcard and a sticker that her husband designs, because he's a really great illustrator. So the first month was roses. Here it is. Oh my gosh, you guys, pink is my favorite color, so I'm just like dying over these. Oh, so pretty. If you watch her most recent video, her February makes and March plans video, she goes through like what color or what type of rose each color is inspired by. Oh, they're so pretty. And I kind of think I want to make a blanket out of these as well. Now that I'm saying this out loud, I feel like I sound kind of crazy because I just want to start a million crochet blankets. But I don't know. I'm definitely going to keep getting all of the installments of these. I think this one would be really fun to do like a granny stripe blanket, but in between every mini have just like a plain, like a light cream colored yarn. And go through all the flowers. I don't know. I'm not going to start anything. Again, neither of these blankets or projects or whatever are getting started anytime soon, so I have time to think about it. But that's my idea right now. And here's the sticker that came with it. Oh, focus. Okay, well anyways, it's not going to focus holding it super close up, but here it is. I think she showed this on her most recent episode as well. But I think I'm going to put this on my knitting journal with all my other knitting stickers. So yeah, that's acquisitions. Future cast-ons, same old, except, actually not same old, really. Tomorrow is March 1st, which means, I don't know if it actually starts tomorrow, but Andrea Mowry is hosting her annual DRK March to May knit-along, which I think she's done for the past 2 years. This is the 3rd year. And basically you just knit any sweater or shawl of hers, and it goes from March to May, and so I'm going to take this opportunity to cast on my Straya cardigan. Well, recast on with the new colors that I have. I've talked about this a ton of times on here, about the yarn that I'm using and how I want to cast it on. It's part of my Make 9 for the year. I have everything ready for it, and yeah, I think I'm going to cast that on for that knit along. And also I am knitting an outline tank as a gift for someone, and I was going to do this last year and then I just never knit it, so I think I'm going to cast that on soon so that I can give it to them with plenty of time before the warmer weather starts so they can wear it this season. So yeah, those are my future cast-ons. And that, if you haven't been watching for a long time, I'm knitting the outline tank out of, I should have brought it with me, Knit Picks, oh, what's it called? It's not Cotton, it's the Lindy chain. It's like a chain ply yarn that's linen and cotton in the colorway Sagebrush, which is like a really pretty sagey, kind of a bluey green. So yeah, those are my 2 future cast-ons, and I keep saying "and" in between sections. What else do I normally talk about? Oh, reading and watching. I just started sharing that recently in the last couple of episodes. So, I finished Jane Eyre, which was amazing, of course. It wasn't my first time reading it, so I finished that. I'm still reading the second Discovery of Witches book. I can't remember what the second one is called, but it's the Discovery of Witches trilogy by Deborah Harkness. And I'm still in the second book. That's the book that I read on my phone just when I'm like out and about, so that one's not moving as quickly. And my new bedtime reading, I have it right here, but I think the sleeve is behind me. I started The Midnight Library. Here's the cover for it, by Matt Haig. I'm not sure how you say it. I'm sure you've all heard of this. It's a very popular book right now, and I'm about, I don't know, maybe a 1/4 of the way through, and I really like it. It's a very easy read so far. If you don't know the premise, it's about a woman who decides to end her life, and when she does, she ends up in this library where all of the books in the library are basically like other versions of her life if she had made different decisions. So it basically goes through like all the different possibilities of what her life could have been like if she had just made different decisions, and it's very interesting. So I'm enjoying it. That will probably be done before the next time I film because it's an easy, quick read. Oh, also, I did want to mention, before we get to the fun thing at the end, I did want to mention I am doing a little bit of a de-stash. I just went through and reorganized I organized it a couple months ago. I have a video of me organizing my stash, and I will link that down below as well. But I just decided to go through and weed out some of the things that I either got as mystery skeins, so I didn't know what colorway they were going to be, and they just don't really work with my style, or I bought them to use for something and it didn't end up working out for that thing, so I don't need them anymore, or whatever. So I'm de-stashing a few things. I have everything listed on my Ravelry stash as like for sale, and I also have it in a highlight on my Instagram page. So my Instagram and my Ravelry will both be linked down below. If you're interested, I have some Farmer's Daughter fibers. I have a sweater quantity of stress knits in Sweet Disposition. I have some knitting for Olive Heavy Merino, a couple of yarnable skeins. So head over to my Instagram or my Ravelry if you're interested in that. I'll have that link down below. And now, the exciting thing, a couple of weeks ago we hit 500 subscribers, and last episode I said that we would do a giveaway to celebrate, but I hadn't had time to like really think about or plan what I wanted to do. So I have had time to plan, and I ordered something to send to you, and I'm so excited. So I have decided, I did open this even though it had a cute little sticker on it because I wanted to see what I got, but I ordered from Coats & Co. on Etsy these 5 mini skeins. Oh my gosh, they're so pretty. Oh my gosh, aren't they so gorgeous? Now I'm gonna go order more for myself. Except I should not be buying yarn right now. I have so much yarn to work through. Here they are. These are actually an interesting blend. I believe it's, I don't know if it says on here, but I'm pretty sure it's merino wool and tinsel, or tinsel. I'm not sure how you say it, but it's a plant-based fiber. So one of you will win these 5 mini skeins, and I'm also going to be gifting you the stripy turtle tank pattern. I thought this was perfect if you wanted to knit that. Obviously you can use these for something else if you want as well, but if you didn't see, I think I was wearing it last episode, but if you didn't see last episode, I was wearing my stripy turtle tank by Emily. I'm like mentioning Emily so much in this episode. Emily of Emily Kurt designed this tank. It's super cute. It was such a fun, quick knit, and I love it. I'm going to wear it all the time. I've already worn it a few times. And the original version and my version used 1 main color and 5 mini skeins for the stripes. So I thought this would be perfect. You could use this as the stripes and then just pick a main color for it. So that is what you will be winning for the 500 subscriber giveaway. All you have to do to win is comment down below and tell me, I should have thought about this. Tell me what you're excited for in spring, because I can't wait for spring and sunshine and all of that fun stuff. If it's not spring related, that's okay. Just tell me something you're excited about or like looking forward to, and I will pick a winner via random number generator, and I will be back here in 2 weeks with my next podcast episode to announce the winner. Yeah, I'm so excited. I love being able, I love gift giving in general, so it's very exciting to be able to give gifts to you guys. And yeah, I don't really know what to say, but I am very grateful. I cannot believe there's over 500 of you. It really hasn't like sunk in. Like when I see the number, I'm like, wow, that's a big number, but then it never really like clicks that that's like 500 some odd individual people who decided to subscribe to my channel. Just so thank you. I'm so glad to have you all here. I'm so happy to have people I can talk to about knitting because I don't really have a local yarn store or local knitting group or knitting friends. So I'm so glad to have you guys, and I'm so excited to give you these. I'm going to show them again because they're just so stinking pretty. And I will have their shop link down below as well, but aren't these just the most beautiful spring colors you've ever seen in your life? Oh, I'm so excited to give these to one of you. So comment down below what's something you're excited about or looking forward to in the spring or just in general, and I will pick one of you in the next 2 weeks. Let's say, hold on. I will close the giveaway on March 12th. End of day, March 12th, like midnight at the end of the 12th is when I will close the giveaway. And I will draw the winner before I film on Sunday, and the podcast should be up next Sunday. So, yeah, that's all I have, I think. I feel a little awkward today. When do I not feel awkward? But it was so much fun. Every day I have to do something where my tongue gets tied. Every time I film, it has to happen. It was so much fun getting to hang out with you guys. Thank you for joining me here. It would mean the world to me if you liked this video and subscribed. And yeah, I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye!